You don't think you're gonna get sticky?
How we doing, guys? Welcome to another show of Live Debates. Yeah, I thought I'd just jump in just in case, like, no one's there because it's just about started the topic straight away. All right, how we doing, guys? Welcome to another show of Live Debates. Thank you so much, guys. I hope all is well. You know what to do. Subscribe, press the button, do what you do best. At the moment, I want to introduce my guests. So to the left of me, we have
Ricky Ricks.
On the right to me, we have
Slims or Asim.
Slims. So
yes.
thank you so much, guys, for you coming down today and discussing this topic. Thank you guys for also joining in and discussing this topic. Like I want to say, guys, I want you guys to be honest with your opinions, and I think it's now time from what we want to talk about is London Out of Control, but at the same time, there was also a documentary that went out called London Knives Wars, so we want to also talk about that for those that did see it, for those that was watching it. So let's get debating. You didn't actually happen to see the documentary, but obviously, as like any kind of documentaries that we've seen and that we've been doing, it's the same old thing. We didn't get no solutions, we didn't get no answers. Sadiq Khan didn't even come. Like, Sadiq Khan didn't even show up.
No.
What they said to us was he was in another community.
Really? Who's?
Helping. What community? Where were you? But it's about the young people. It's about London as a whole. It's about how much deaths have been on your streets, but you couldn't turn up. And you put the deputy mayor there, and she crumbled. She crumbled.
This is not the first time, and he's got form for not turning up to important
Events like
this. So
absolutely.
Unfortunately, you know what I mean. There's always something wrong with Sadiq Khan. So that's another topic that we're going to probably
But if he turned up, what was you expecting from him? To be honest,
I think for me, I knew, like, and I don't even mean to say this just to be the bearer of bad news, but I always keep telling people, like, look, there's no superhero, there's no one coming to save us on this kind of scenario and what we need to do. We need to take ownership, we need to step up, we need to start getting into our own community and doing what we need to do. So for me personally, even if he was there or wasn't there, the outcome was still going to be the same. But for others, they felt like, you know, by him being there, it was going to be a change and all the rest of it. But what I did like about the show is there was a reality check on everybody. Everyone got to about 20 minutes into the documentary, and it was pre-recorded. So I must tell you guys as well, some of you thought it was live. It wasn't live, so it's pre-recorded. So when we were sitting there 20 minutes into it, everyone was like, they're not going to help us, are they?
but at the end of the day, the mayor's office, for example, it's a charity itself.
Mm-hmm.
So what can they do? They got no more strength than me, really.
Well, to be fair, they have got more strength than everybody that we know. You know,
Only
at the end of the
because-
day,
remember-
for the simple fact is, now, the mayor has responsibility. And responsibility, one of them is what we're talking about now, what we've been living in for the last how many years, you know, we're not going to go back that far. So we need answers from somebody.
But-
now, us guys on the street can't give those answers.
Why not?
Because we don't-
But we have responsibility.
Yeah, no, we can give certain answers to certain responsibilities. Definitely, don't get me wrong, there's going to be a lot of blame today from me. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, there's going to be a lot of blame from a lot of people. But what I'm saying is the people in charge have to be put in the front as well. They have to be. We have to let everybody know that. Wait a minute, look, this person ain't doing shit. He's telling you now he's not doing shit. But if he's not going to be there to answer those questions,
So why did we put somebody incompetent in charge?
well, that's another story.
But it's true, and that is another story. But when you say, why would you put someone else in charge?
No.
Like,
Why did we put somebody incompetent in charge of?
wait, is it in someone incompetent in charge? Like, you only get a selected of people that you can put in charge.
Yeah.
Are they
So-
all incompetent?
Well, we don't know, because right now Theresa May is incompetent right now. I don't believe in none of them. Conservative, Labour,
All the
so
same.
whatever candidate you're throwing up, are they really for us? Like you said, like, and what I'm starting to realise about us now is we need to start taking ownership. Yes, the government needs to be put there. Yes, Sadiq Khan needs to own up. Yes, Sadiq Khan and the chief execs and the police ain't doing their job. But guess what? We need to start doing our job within the community. Our parents said to me the other day, oh, but I'm a single mother. I'm finding it difficult. I'm finding it hard. And I understand and I get that because she's a single mother and she's working very, very hard. But guess what? If we had a community that really was, it takes a village to raise a child, it's a community, it's about the community, she will be able to go to work knowing that Tara, Daniel, and the people in the area was looking out for her son or her daughter. But we don't have that. That's the reason why she has that pressure. So it's about us understanding that when we're saying these kind of things, I feel like we throw out lines sometimes. Like, it takes a community to raise a child. Oh, we have to come together. But how much of us knows our next door neighbour? How much of us go to our next door neighbour? Hi, my name is... How much of us know our community?
That's what I'm saying. We love to throw out cliches all the time.
Yeah, so
Do you know what I mean? It's got to
are
make
we
it
a
sound
community? Yeah, I've always asked this question. I hear this line always thrown: community, community, community.
This is it.
Yeah, and then I always break down the word to people. What does the word mean? Common unity. Yeah, people with common unities. Do we have common unities? On my road, there's a multiple amount of different people living on my road. I don't have a community with them because we don't have common unities. We all see things from different points of view and different ways. So the only time we really want to come together and call community is when everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
these were one of the
Talk
things.
thing.
These were
Talk.
one of the things that was frustrating me when I was getting called for many talks. A child dies, I get called for a talk. I see a host of people sitting down, and I got to talk to them. But before the child died, you people were still there, but you wasn't doing nothing. So you've turned up now. The child's died.
And you
2 weeks later, there's no more conversation. You just wanted to turn up. What, did it ease your conscience because you turned up? Do you feel like you're part of the community now?
see-
Have you shedded your responsibility? 'Cause that's what it feels like to me.
You see what, I've talked about this as well before on my Facebook and stuff like that, and this is our problem. Now, we wait to become victims before we want to do something.
Yeah.
Think of that.
Yeah.
Think of that mindset.
But that means
We actually sit and wait to become victims before we stand up and say, I want to do something. How, I'm going to swear, I'm sorry, but how fucked up is that mentality?
But this is what I'm trying. What we've
You know what
got,
I mean?
what we've got to really take ownership on is what I said when I was on BBC London. And worst thing about it, they cut that bit out. But what I'm trying to say and what I end up saying is to everybody is how much of us feed off that negativity. How much of us feed. There's so many parents that I'm talking to right now. I'm not going to name and shame them, but there's so many parents I'm talking to right now. You're only talking to me because your son's been stabbed. You're only talking to me because your son's now being arrested, and you're not understanding that he's selling drugs and all the rest of it. But he was acting bad from 6 months, a year ago. Things was acting a little bit weird. You know what I'm saying? He's coming in late. His eyes are glazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's telling you calm all the time.
Even if it wasn't him, his friends are shady.
You know what? We got to stop pretending we're being blind. That's what we pretend we're blind to. We see it. I see it. You see it. You see it. Everybody watching
We
it
all see
knows kids that are on the wrong path. We see it. Let's stop this bullshit about
hold on, let's
not
be real. Let's
blaming.
be real. We were it ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we were it ourselves, so we know it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it is part of growing up. Some of the things that the kids are going through. Yeah, but if you're growing up without guidance, yeah,
Absolutely.
if you're
Yeah,
growing up
absolutely.
and you're
Absolutely.
being left to make decisions for yourself,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah? And I want to go back to what we was talking about before. When I was talking about before with the people who come to the things, as I explained to them, I didn't choose to be a leader of a community or do this sort of stuff. I chose just to do more for my child, and that resulted in me having to do more for other children. Yeah?
And I respect that because someone else even said that on the show. Someone even said, like, I'm a leader. I wanted to be a boxer. He goes, I gave up my boxing career to teach others to be a boxer. So he goes, bruv, that's taking ownership. That's literally taking responsibility and saying, do you know what? I can give up, sacrifice something. That's what's called a leader. I can sacrifice something for the greater good. Same thing with me. I'm great at acting. I'm great at spoken word. People tell me all the time, oh, you're funny, you should do stand-up. But I dedicated my whole life, 365, to give back to young people. So I get a nice, fresh buzz of seeing a young person saying, oh, I can't do that. Too. By the end of the course, they're doing it. And they're smiling in your face like, wow. Like, and you're like, for me, I'm like, yes, we're winning. So my whole thing is, to everybody out there, to even us in this room, like, they were sugarcoating it around in the debate, and that's what I didn't like. But to my question to you guys, like, do you really, really, really think that it's out of control? That there's too much killings? Or do you really, really think that it's something that's a smokescreen?
I'm going to jump in quickly, yeah? It's been way out of control for many years. You know what I mean? Well, I'm going to bring a couple of facts and statistics as well. Now, we're talking about knife crime. Over the last 12 months, yeah, we know how many deaths there have been, but there's been over 14,000 knife crime events. Maybe the person hasn't died.
14,000.
14, and this
That
is
could be a slice, a cut, or,
and that's
or
what's
even just a pull out.
and that's what's been told to the statistics people. Yeah, that's 14,800. So just under 15,000 people have been involved.
But we've got to remember, that's what's been monitored.
Yeah,
right?
what's monitored, and that's what I'm saying. That's what's been monitored. We don't know what hasn't been monitored. So come on, think about this. 14,800. So just under 15,000 knife events. What the hell is that? Not an issue, a big problem there. And again, I'm not going to go back down and start blaming the kids. Yeah, because this not. I don't want to come in. It's not the kids thing.
No,
the
it's not
the
the kids.
problem with this now, the kids are the result of the bigger problem. Let's get this one right. That's not the problem. The kids ain't the problem.
Let's make it clear. Let's make it clear.
The kids
for
are
those
the
who don't
results.
understand.
Real talk.
When I was growing a plant, I plant a seed, and that seed will be under the soil.
Yes.
And that seed will grow roots and go down. But then what will come up will be the flowers and the plant, the leaves and everything else. This is what we're seeing, what's up here with the knife crime.
Mm-hmm.
But what's happening underneath, the seed that's been planted that's caused this.
It's the
yeah?
snake, innit?
Right?
You've got to cut the head off because
Yeah.
the tail
So-
is going to always be flapping.
So, me working with kids, for example, over the last 20, 30 years, I saw it at its worst, then I saw it get really good. And then I saw things happen. Yes, there was the closure of youth clubs. Yes, there was the lack of opportunities for young people to do things. Yes, there was the poor education, which doesn't allow young people, and I'm going to address this properly actually. So when we go into schools, for example, and work, most of the kids who come to me, they're kids who are either physical.
Mm-hmm.
Kids who will grow up to either be a policeman even,
Mm-hmm.
boxer,
Mm-hmm.
carpenter,
Mhm.
electrician, footballer,
Mechanic.
a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
They're struggling in school because they're being told to be this academic way. But they can't fit in, they're not that child, so they're exploring their imagination in other ways.
Mm.
Then there's that kid who's dyslexic,
Mm-hmm.
yeah? Who, many of them have spoken to me, who get themselves kicked out of class because they can't read and don't want to look a fool in class.
Spot on that one. Because I'm dyslexic, and that's what I used to do in school.
Right.
Yeah. And no one's there, I used to play the big I am and bust the jokes.
And I
Many
can tell
people
you,
do the
Just to get underneath the
Yeah.
surface so no one don't pick me out. Do you know what
and
I
I
mean?
can tell you, 7 out of 10 of those kids are dyslexic kids, and expressing themselves in another way because they don't want to look stupid because it's not being addressed. How
big,
to
that's big, that's
work
powerful,
with
that's
the
big.
way they think.
That's big.
So we're looking at so many different multiple factors. Then we've also got the media, which started to promote gangs when there was no gangs. Yeah, they started promoting it with colours. Then they started promoting postcodes, and a kid's not going to create a line postcode war. These are all media terms. Yeah, these things then create fear. So the kids are all these little toys that have been. All these things are being thrown at them, and they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to manage it.
And I was just saying that to someone else as well, like, you know, I've got to remember, like, they're kids. We're
Yeah.
adults. I still find it difficult sometimes. Someone cut me up and I'm like, brother, what, you can't even...
I'm control ourselves.
And I sometimes can't control myself.
And that's
I'm an adult.
Yeah.
What do you think it's like for a 14, 13-year-old boy? Like, that's
And that's
going
what-
through
yeah.
all these peer pressures. Everyone's, like you said, everyone's throwing stuff at him. In the sense of whether it's music, whether it's glorifying it, whether it's social media, whether it's telling them what to wear. Don't hang around in this area. Don't go to this area. This area's not safe. It's getting to a stage now where the young people are sitting there, well, I've got to pattern up.
Yeah.
Like, I
And-
don't know what I'm doing.
And let's be quite honest, when a lot of young people that I'm speaking to, they're like, well, Chris, I'm not going to lie to anybody. Like, it's happening in my household. My brother's got a knife. My brother's smoking weed.
Yeah.
Sometimes my parents are selling drugs. Like, let's keep it
It's true.
100.
What we tend to do is act like it's not happening in our families.
Yes.
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
You know, we lie.
Not
to
my child,
ourselves.
not my
Like,
child.
It's not our, no, fuck that. It is your child. Not fuck that. It's you as well.
Yeah.
We got to be able to say to ourselves, admit this. Until we admit to ourselves,
Ownership.
we're part of this problem.
Oh yeah.
Ain't nothing going away. Like I say, the kids, what I spoke about, the kids are the result of the problem. Yeah, we can't help those kids right now until we start something for ourselves.
But that goes back to what
Yeah.
Ricky was saying. We can't help the kids because we are the root
Yeah,
of the problem.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
So unless we check ourselves, bro, these kids are still going to be doing what they're doing. So that's why it hurts me to a point. I know we need early intervention, and I love that term, early intervention. But guess what? You're basically saying that you want to step over a generation
Nah,
to
yeah.
go and teach another
Can't do
generation.
that.
Unless you're going to put them all on the island and dumpy them all, bruv. What's happening to these kids that you're trying to step over? They're still going to be
you
there.
can't do that. You
When
can't
I get
do that.
older, they're still going to be looking up to that same guy that I don't want them to look up to. But guess what? I tried to step over and empower him off and like, yeah, let's don't worry about him. Let's go and get these kids out of 10, 11 and all the rest of it. But they're still going to be looking up to him, not me.
Yeah.
So we need to catch him as well. And that's the reason why I'm saying we are the root of the
Yeah.
problem, because they're in the nowness. It flabbers me.
Yeah.
Even down to parents. I was speaking to a parent the other day. Oh, I'm a single parent. I work until 8 o'clock. All the rest of it. And I know it's hard. But guess what? Find a job that doesn't do 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Emmanuel here is saying parents should share the jail sentence.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Remember when I come up with a blog, I said parents should be going to prison. Because you're sitting there in the dock sometimes crying, oh my son, oh my son. I've heard mums come out of prison when their sons have been sentenced and say to me, you know, what am I going to do now? What do you mean? Oh, he was paying for this, he was paying for that. 16, 17-year-old boy, you know. What am I going to do now? Relying on your 17-year-old child to bring in your income. You know what? Send your backside to prison as well.
So what you're essentially are is a pimp.
Yeah.
Because if it was another way around, that was his
Or
daughter,
no,
you're putting him out.
No, but let's use their terminology now. You're grooming your own child.
Yeah, you're grooming.
You're grooming your own child.
Again, it's down to responsibility, man. You have to be responsible for yourself as an adult. And
I
this
hear-
is what it is.
This is it.
You get me?
I heard certain parents coming in when the kids have got stolen. Go, what you got there, son?
Yeah.
Can I have that? What's that? A TV?
Can you get me one?
Can you get me one? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
So it's
I
not
hear
like when I say to people, stop and search your kids. A lot, there is a majority of people that will be like, that's standard, Chris. But there's certain parents out there like, what? I love it when my son comes home. You know what's there because my son's paying my bills. My son's paying my way. And this is what young people are doing right now. And I hear parents say to me, Chris, I find it hard to like, you know, get them into activities and it's a lot of money, and it is. But I guarantee you, I've seen so many, and I'm not even just saying that to benefit mums or mums that work, but there's benefit mums that you'll go into their yard and the yard is Chris. Big screen TV, everything's all nice. I'm not saying that you can't have good things, but if you do have them things, you're let enough telling me that you have got the money to invest in your child. Why does he need the Stone Island? Why does he need the computer? Why did he need 50 games? Why did he need 50 pair of trainers?
So I just want to get an idea what the people are on. If you think that parents should go to jail, click like. If you think they shouldn't, click the little mad face on the right hand side. I just want to see if we get any responses on it, so I can get a feeling of what people think as well.
That's interesting, yeah. So yeah, click thumbs up if you think that parents should go to jail, and click an angry face if you don't think they should go to jail. But for me personally, I do think some of these parents need to go to jail. Oh, I love her.
I don't know what the love heart meant. We
Yeah.
didn't throw out a love heart. Maybe you're one of the people who's the problem.
yeah.
You're just not following the rules.
Not following the rules. Not
You
following the
see,
rules.
you see what I'm going to jump in as well, and I hate the point of that,
There's
but
another one.
I'm probably on that side where I'm
Jail,
going to
jail,
bring
jail,
another
jail,
debate.
jail.
Oh, they're very like, but you know what?
Jail.
I'm going to turn around. I'm going to talk up for the people that I feel that they shouldn't really go to jail. Now, the
Go on,
reason
go
why
on,
I say
I like
this,
that.
and
Go
I'm
on,
going to
go on.
talk it up. You know what I mean? I'm going to say that there's parents that shouldn't be going to jail because, again, they have been put in a position of poverty. This is a bigger picture than this. This isn't a simple fact of letting your son do badness. We've got, again, there's a few ways to kind of deal with this. We can deal with this from grass level, as we're trying to do now, deal with the problem full on, or we have to deal with the society problem. Now, there's parents out there who are as broke as anybody as well. Yeah? They need support. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's parents that are unfortunately have to say yes to certain things. It's not right. We know it's not right. There's bare things we do that's not right. But you know what? We can't look into their situation. And I don't think it's fair for that parent, yeah, to be put in a situation via the snake's head, should I say. Yeah? Right down when it's the snake's head that should be put in that position, that should be going to fucking jail. They're the ones, you know, the people that are bringing this shit onto us. They're the ones that should be going to jail with our kids. If our kids are going to go jail, the person that's put your kid or you in that position by not fucking funding us, not giving our kids shit, yeah, by the schooling system, by everything. How come they're not going to be fucking? They should be first.
But absolutely.
But the reason
They
why
should be
I-
first.
the reason why I
Go on.
came out of that is because the same person you're talking about voted for that person to be in place.
No, but then there's a lot of other people
So-
that
so
don't
you
vote.
can't say you can't. Then they don't have a choice.
No, come on, they have a choice.
No, because your choice was to vote.
Yeah.
So if you chose not to vote,
Yeah.
and then the
And-
person gets in power that you didn't
Like,
like, then that's-
Alright,
yeah.
let me-
I agree. I agree.
Let me
with
throw
that.
that
And
back.
if you did vote,
and if you did vote and that person
Alright,
did, and did you in,
let me throw that one back.
and before you throw it back, just to say,
Yeah.
people saying that there's girls out there too just as bad. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So, like,
Absolutely. Children is in children.
No, we didn't say
Children
boys.
in general.
Yeah, we haven't said boys though.
Yeah,
Have we?
I think probably we've said it
Yeah,
a few times,
but
but
we've been talking more or less
Yeah.
about like sometimes the boys and rare and
I was just trying
like when
to
you were talking about dyslexic and like, do you know what I mean? But it's,
Yeah, that's children.
But anyway, let me throw this
Not
back
feminist
to
or
you.
sexist.
Ricky, same thing. Let me throw this back to you now, yeah? About the people that don't vote or did vote. Now, let me put it on the table. You've got age, I've got age. I've been in power, living in this earth, yeah? When Labour have been in, Conservative, Labour, coalition, ain't shit changed for none of us.
Thank you.
Let me make it. No, please. Let me make it clear. Let me make this clear, yeah? Right? Everybody out there, we chose Labour because of our fathers and our parents chose Labour when they come here.
Yes.
We didn't choose Labour because they done any good for us.
No.
Yeah? Now, let me tell you something. What has Labour done for us? In any way, that is Conservative has done as well.
Yeah.
Tell me something.
So I'll address the point. I want to address the point. From my own way, because I have my own views on this whole thing. First of all, why would you vote for anyone who for a 4-year term? You can't make a decision on a country in 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to make change in a country, it's going to be like a 10-year, 20-year policy. So how can you vote for me to be in for 4 years? So if you vote me in 4 years, then the next party that comes in is working my old policy. So for example, Sadiq Khan right now, it's not his fault all the knife crime that's going on. It's the person before him.
So
he came into office after all the things have been set in place.
You're correct.
Right? He now has to clear up the act of the last person who closed down everything or put whatever education policies in or whatever. He's coming after the fact. Yeah?
Okay.
Right? Where Labour concerned and Conservative is concerned, I live in a Labour borough. Yeah? And people keep continuously voting Labour and keep continuously getting robbed by the same people that they vote for. Why? Because they know they're always going to vote for them based on the argument you said, because their forefathers was Labour. They continue to be Labour, yeah?
But guess what?
Which is a silly thing to do.
But that's what I said.
Yeah?
But guess what?
Right?
Like you said, it doesn't matter. Labour, Conservative.
it's
It
the
doesn't.
same
They
burden.
all went to Oxford and Cambridge. They're
Thank you.
brethrens. They
Thank
don't
you.
care about us.
That's where I'm
So
getting
right
to.
now, I don't
So
care
where
about
do-
Labour. I don't care about
Thank you.
Conservative, because you're all brethrens and you're all like, hey, bro, you're up now, yeah? I beg you slip in my little plan. You get me? Come on, of course I've got you
Listen.
very rare. Whoever's in power, they're still slipping in the same agenda. Conservative, Labour, all of them. UKIP, man, a business.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to
get
say.
an agenda.
Exactly.
Two wings of the same bird standard.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Flying the same way.
So when we're going back to the parents now, and like you said that certain parents shouldn't be up on the block, I genuinely do believe that certain parents should be on top of the block. Only because my thing is this, yeah. When you have a child, you didn't know.
Hold on, sorry.
Why you stop? Like, why you stop
No,
me?
because this comment it got to me.
I got to you, okay.
Yeah, Labour spend money on youth clubs, but there are not enough workers. That's the issue. No, that's not. That's rubbish. Yeah, that's
voluntary
total rubbish.
workers. Let's get this right.
That's
Because they
rubbish.
want us
But
voluntary.
conservatives don't care about the youth, and they cut the youth.
No,
It's true. It's true.
Labour sold all our youth clubs, right, in our borough. Yeah? Labour sold all our stuff in our borough. Yeah? Labour's gonna tell you, we're gonna do this for you, and we're gonna put in all this funding for this, that, and the other because we're gonna help the poor. But who gave you the money for the funding? The same poor. So it's just the same. It's no different.
No,
yeah?
I do hear you.
Right? It's
I do
no
hear you.
different. Yeah.
But let's keep it real. The reason why I believe everyone loves Labour, yeah, because Labour allows everybody to chill, innit?
No, because
You
Labour
can go on benefits.
Yeah.
You can get job seekers.
Yeah.
'Cause-
right.
No,
Labour makes you weak.
let's keep it real. No, wait, let's keep it
Make you
real.
lazy blood.
Let's keep it
lazy.
real. So everything's nice. Labour's got you. What? Shut up. What? You can't live nowhere. Don't worry. You ain't got a man. You ain't got a baby. Don't worry. I got you. Conservative now is a little bit like raw. If you don't get up and do your thing, bro, you're F. But
get up.
they're so right and they're so left. You get me? There's no medium. I'm not saying Conservatives is any better than Labour. What I'm trying to say is everyone needs to take ownership within themselves. We all want to progress. We all want to do great in life. You know what I mean? So you can't sit there and wait for a government to change a policy for you to say that I want this to change. If that changes, then I can do what I need to do. I act upon myself.
Right.
So I'm not sitting here waiting for whatever Labour government. I ain't sitting there
forget
waiting
that.
for Boris. I ain't sitting there waiting for Sadiq Khan. I ain't sitting there waiting for Theresa May to say to me, oh, do you know what, Chris? We love what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing in schools.
Fuck that.
Bun you, fam. I'm doing what I know is best for my community. I'm doing what I know is best for my child. So I'm saying if I've had a child, I've got a child, I've raised her from 0 to whenever she hits the road. Yeah? So we're saying about at least 8, 9, yeah? Don't be telling me, bruv, now when your child's 15, 14, bruv, you don't know your child, bruv. What installations was you putting in there? How much time as parents would be sitting there listening to music, bruv? Bitch, get money. Go on and talk it now. Bitch. And your little daughter's 3 years old, like, bitch,
Absolutely
bitch,
correct.
get money now.
Yeah.
It's cute then. No, wait, it's cute. You're filming it. Snapchat. Look at her. When she's 16 now,
Yeah.
on Instagram, twerking, flexing body now, what happens then? So it's things that, values that we put on our young people.
Yeah.
We put material onto them. It's the same thing, all of our parents do it, do you know what I mean? Us as parents like the Gucci, like the Marni. What do you think your child's gonna like?
Mm-hmm.
You got your children growing up, oh, why are they drinking alcohol? Why do all these children like some rock?
Yeah.
What, do they just wake up one day like it's a rock? No, they see the adults drink it. They see the big man them drink it and that.
You
Right,
see
man,
what? Until the parent understand that they are their child's teacher. Until the
Thank
parent,
you.
forget the school team.
No,
the
'cause-
school teacher is there for a curriculum.
Yes.
That's what's there because government put that shit in place.
Thank you, but
Yeah?
thank you.
But they're not a life teacher. Yeah? They're there to tell you 1 + 1 = 2. That's
you.
fine. But now, living in the street and society, that's you as a parent. Now, if you as a parent is blasting that fucking music there, yeah, and letting your child go down with it, that's on you. I'm sorry to say. That's on you, innit? I can't blame you. If I'm playing that music and my kid is busting a wine on it, I can't come to Ricky and say, Ricky, why is my child
Nelly said the
fucked?
same thing. They wanted to have a go at Nelly about the music he makes. He says, my kids don't listen to my music.
Yeah.
If your kids are listening to my music, more fool
That's
you.
you. You're the problem.
I make the music, yeah? You have PG, 12, 15, 18, triple X. Yeah?
No, but simple.
Right? You don't watch your triple X with the U child, yeah? These things are done in different times.
But this is what I'm saying.
But
this is,
they
but
want
this
to
is-
do the
but-
18
But that's the
with
same.
the
What this is
PG
coming into
time.
now.
Yeah. You
I
can't do
heard some
18
people saying,
PG
"Oh,
time.
it's only a computer game, rare." Call of Duty's 18,
Bollocks,
but you've got
that's what I'm
12-year-olds playing it. Just someone trying to say
Yeah.
so. It's like you're allowing your child to play that though.
Yeah.
It's at 18. It says it.
Yeah,
They
I
told you, look, mum, it's
Yeah.
18. You know. Guess what? The child was allowed to buy it without you, so you took him to the shop and you bought it for him.
Yeah.
Imagine that. He didn't scam it out.
Yeah.
He didn't get someone else that was 18. You bought it for him.
And then left him in the room by himself with it.
With it.
For it to now educate and grow him. And then when he runs around, you're like, how? I don't know where it came from.
I've never seen this outside of him before.
Never seen this behaviour.
Only in the room.
Yeah, but hold on, let me finish.
Go on.
But yeah, he's got food and plates under his bed.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, he's got dirty clothes all stacked up in the. Yeah, because I've had multiple parents come to me. Their child's addicted to games. Well, who bought the console? They won't come out the room. They got all the food under their bed. They got boxes under their bed. They got plates under their bed. They got
Thank you.
stale food under
Thank
their
you.
bed. The room
Thank
stinks.
you.
But you bought it for him.
Thank you. You know what you need to do? Lock off the Wi-Fi.
Story.
Lock off the. Oh, he say that all.
But I can't get
Lock
on,
off.
But I can't get onto
Listen,
Facebook.
let me-
then.
let me-
What are you talking
let me-
about?
let me-
Chris? You're trying to marginalise my life.
Let me tell you something. I remember one time, bro.
You're gonna
Yeah.
stop me learning to read.
I remember one time, my mum said to me, "Yeah, you think you're bad, innit?" I said, "Yeah, I'm arguing with her and everything." My mum said to me, because I tried to go act big in it, because one time I saved my money and bought my computer. So I tried to flex to her and say, "It's my computer, innit?" Like,
Yeah.
she said, "Yeah, say no more." My mum left the computer, fam, and took the TV. Bruv, do you know the pain? I would have rather took the computer as well. Do you know the pain of having your computer, you can turn it on, but you can't do nothing, fam. You know what's there? And she shouted out, "Read a book." Bruh, screw it. But like my mum said, when she knew that, what, is this going too far? What you think that, okay, what you think you're bad? Take that away, rude boy. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
And
Like,
that's what it is, man.
what you parents need to learn is when you're giving your child something, you give them the, like, constantly. If they break it, they get it again. It's something that needs to be earned. You know what's there? It's a privilege. Like when I used to play computer in my house, it was a privilege. Are you crazy?
Yeah, for real.
When my mum bought me a computer, like I said, I had to share it. My mum bought me a Super Nintendo one time. My mum was like, "Yeah, this is yours. It's your birthday. But you got to share it with your sisters." Hold on a minute. That's not mine, mum. You know what's there?
Communal.
It's communal. It's yours.
Yeah, right.
It's yours. You can keep it in your
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
But if your sister says, "Yo, let me grab that," you gotta let her grab that.
I've seen that.
But this is what I'm trying to say. Is these kind of
Yeah, we've got weak parenting
Absolutely.
skills, 100%.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Where's the values?
Yeah,
Where's the
And,
values?
and it's things like this. Sorry, Pauline, but when you say professional footballers who are earning millions could give up some of their time to coach and mentor, well, there's parents who could give up their time to parent and mentor,
Yeah.
yeah? Like,
And that's what
we'll talk,
because those professional footballers
Yeah,
are parents as well.
Yeah, yeah.
They got to give their time
And
to
you
their
see,
kids.
our problem is,
And I guarantee you,
And if they don't give time to their kids, then their kids are out there like this.
you see what? But I guarantee you, but their kids are pattern. I guarantee you, their kids are into football or
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
But if they don't, their kids end up
No,
slipping
no,
because
no.
they're
Rick, you see
bespoke
what, yeah?
kids.
You see where the problem is there now? See that comment, and I respect everybody's comment and everything, what they're
I
saying,
respect
yeah?
it.
But what I'm saying is, that there is a problem.
Yes.
Because why are you doing it? Why aren't we doing it? Why do we need somebody else who's
do
got a
it.
career, who's done the hard work in their life?
Yeah.
They've
We
done
always
their
want
hard
those
work.
who've done the success.
They've done this. They made their life successful.
They
You know what I
should
mean?
give
For
back.
their
They
family.
should give back. No, they shouldn't give
And
back.
you know what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, they shouldn't. You know how hard
It's a-
it took to become a professional.
that's what I'm saying. So we.
Like, I'm a role model. That's enough.
And what's the thing about it?
You know what I mean?
What's the thing about it? What's the thing about it? Let's go to the root. What made that child become a professional? Their parents.
Yes.
So
From the beginning. Do you understand what I'm
So
trying to
we
say?
want them.
Yeah, let's go back.
So people are saying that we want them to fucking help us come out of a situation. No, let's get ourselves out of a situation. We've spoke earlier about politicians and that. Yeah, we know they're dead for us.
Right, so
Labour,
so
Conservative. Let's throw
we
that
knew
out the
that.
way.
We know that now. Yeah, we know that now. We know
Let's
that.
one's
throw
out the
that out the
window.
way. Yeah.
So, like-
Let's talk about what we have to do and take
Yeah.
responsibility.
So now that we throw
Yeah,
that out the way,
forget
now we
policies.
understand that and everything.
London.
Now my question now is to everybody, now that we know that, alright, cool, this is our ownership that we need to take
us.
ownership for, yeah? Alright, cool. So now my question is, now that we know that, what is the first protocol for yourself? Not like I'm saying us first, I'm saying out there so for everyone. What is the protocol for yourself? Would you feel like, what do I need to do to take ownership? And I would say, before I even step forward, I would say, some people always feel like I want them to be me. Running around doing what we do, Rick, like, running around the street. I'm not asking you to be a youth worker. I'm not asking you to put your life in
No,
danger.
no.
I'm not asking you to die in front of a bullet or a knife.
And
But
I'm
what
begging you not to go on that march.
Yeah. But what I'm asking you to do is, guess what? What I'm asking you to do is, just know where your kid is.
Yeah.
Start.
And his friends.
Just that.
And
That's
their
that.
friends.
Just that.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
know where
And
your
the
child,
friends.
your nieces,
Your child
your
and their friends.
nieces, cousins, whatever. Just know where they are.
Keep an eye on that.
We be able to take care of the rest, but can we just? Because there's certain parents that I know that they don't even know where their kids are. They don't know their kids' social media. They don't, like, just know where your child is. We be living a lot more easier life right now because certain
And
parents.
one of the ones I want them to do as well. Know your children's friends and know that friend who's vulnerable and needs that extra little bit of help.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Make
If
it
you've
happen.
got that extra little bit in
Absolutely.
you, then give that extra little bit to your child's friend because you see that one. He's the one who's going to drag your child out, yeah?
You're
Not because
Real
he
talk.
wants to,
No, real
not because
talk,
he wants to,
man. Real
that's
talk.
because
That's the thing.
he ain't got the meal.
No,
Yeah.
trust me.
So-
I had a friend like that, and my mum was perfect at it. My mum was perfect, and it used to bug me because my mum was one of those type of parents. She saw that there was a lot of influence around me, and my brethren used to go steal bikes, rare. And my mum used to always say to me, "You're a follower, you're a follower." I'm not a follower, I'm not a follower. But she knew that that line wasn't working because I was still following. You know what I'm saying? So she said, "All right, cool. Let me start bringing the man them in." So she started bringing all of my friends in. You know, I was there one time, getting my friend was stinking and everything. She washed his clothes, put him in the bath, bare man's laughing and everything. But it became so much of a community. My man them started saying, "Oh, your mum's blessed." And I'm thinking to myself, why you do get out, mum? Like, why are you trying to be cool with my friends? But my mum was like, best the enemy that I know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Best I know what my son's friends are into, so I know who my son is. Just what I'm trying to say.
And that's what it is. It's baby steps, and that's how we got to start. We're talking about community. Now, like you said, like exactly what you hear, yeah. Your son or daughter's friend should be your son and daughter.
Yeah.
Literally.
Standard.
But
You
we're talking about community.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what I'm saying. Community.
Standard.
That starts that community
Yeah,
vibe.
standard.
So now your son comes in, or your daughter comes in, her friend or his friend. You should be treating them the same way you're treating your son. You should
Absolutely.
be looking out for them because that's what shows them love.
Absolutely. And
Because they might not be getting that home.
And what's the thing about it, some of these kids, you believe it or not, want the discipline. There was certain man that used to come to my house, yeah, I swear to you, no word of a joke. And shout out to you man that used to come to my house and you know what time it is, you know my mum's gangster like that. If I wanted to go out and I was doing spring cleaning and everything, my brethren had to spring clean with me, fam. My mum was like, come on,
Yeah.
pick up the hoover.
That's right.
Man's looking at me like, raw, cuz this is, like, how's your mum got me hoover in the yard? Do you know what I mean? But like she said, I'm treating you like my
Yes.
child.
Yeah.
You're not just going to
Yeah,
sit there, you're going to get
you-
involved,
you
innit?
got my child.
If you want him to go out with you,
get
come
me?
on, you guys, pattern up, you get me? And that's what our community is all
Yeah,
about.
and
My
that's
mum
what
was one of those
start.
parents that could call out on her boy like, "Oi, what are you doing? Get down from there." Where? Everyone knew like, "Oh, that's Chris's mum, rare." But she had that respect and kudos because she knew that right now it's going to take a community to raise. Because some kids where you might even be, some kids might be further down the road. Your mum lives all the way at the top of the road. She's not going to be able to see what James is doing. But
Yeah.
my mum was.
And
So
you
my
know-
mum was like, "Hey, big man, what are you doing?"
And there's been situations like this that I've seen where a parent knows a child's friend who's going down the wrong road.
Absolutely.
And instead of saying to that child's friend, "Come, let me talk to you,"
Yeah, no.
they'll say to your this child, "Stay away from me."
Yeah,
That's wrong, blood.
Let
Leave
him
it
go
to
into
them.
the wind.
Let him to
Leave
them.
him go in the wind. Let him
But you
die.
know what? As a community, you need to step. Yeah, you need to step and say,
No, real
"When
talk.
that child
Real
comes
talk.
out,
And
let me
that
talk."
child goes like this. Look, that child's supposed to go. Okay.
Yeah.
See you lot.
Yeah.
That's what the mum's doing to the child. All right. I'll never see you lot
Yeah.
ever again.
You know what
I'll
I'm
never
saying?
play with you lot ever
That don't
again.
work, man.
That's what you're gonna do. You want to keep this one child out to be lonely on their
That's
own.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's what problem. And listen, come
And you
on,
know what
man.
that child end up doing, innit? Coming back and robbing your child.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Coming robbing your yard.
They'll rob
but
your
they know
child.
what's in
Yeah.
your yard.
They'll rob your child.
And that's what I'm saying. And this is
So,
what I'm talking about, the community. But yeah.
It's the community. So, like, even guys, I just want to ask you guys the question, like, if we know we have to take ownership, what ownership would you take, and what do you feel like we need to do individually? Not like the community, or like, what do you think as yourself? Just think about yourself right now and say, what can I do more of? Because I also met a mum, she was on the show, and she said, you know what, I live in Penge, I live in Lewisham, and I bring all the boys into my house. You know what's there? I do cooking stuff with them, we do fun days and rare. My woman ain't getting paid, you know?
Yeah.
Off her own back, but she thought to herself, do you know what? I'm sick and tired of waiting for someone to come and help. I'm just gonna go out there and do it, because if
100%.
I don't, them boys gonna be standing on
Yeah.
the roads, and if I don't, then yeah, there is getting to that stage of yes, children with children, and they'll mess about and everything, but there's still police officers that ain't handling their business properly, not doing their job properly, harassing our young people, bruv, provoking them. So if there's no guidance and there's no mum to say, hey, big man, do you know what? Don't stand on the street. Come inside. That just saves another young person for one being harassed. That saves one young person to be going out there getting confrontation with another gang, another crew. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And a lot of the time, everything's so small. When you grow up, when I'm talking to some of these kids and everything, how much times have we heard about certain scenarios and it ends up being someone that we know?
But let's go back a stage as well, yeah?
Go on.
When we were younger, we had play roads.
Mm.
We had playgrounds. We had places to go around
Yeah.
and play. We used to hang out and play on the streets. I come from the baby boom era. There was 1,000,001 children.
Mm.
We was all out playing. Kids aren't allowed to go out and play. If they go out and play, people want to complain the ball's hitting their car. There's some complaint the kids are
You
ending.
know what? No, but you
Right?
know what?
Yeah.
I was in the area and they said that. No ball games. What
Yeah.
kind of foolishness is this? So you're pushing the kids out of their own
Yeah, yeah.
community anyway.
No,
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So where are children really meant to go?
Well, we
Yeah.
know that's a big problem.
Yeah.
Already.
Where are they
That's
really
another
meant
issue.
to go?
We want to tell them to
You
stop
know
doing
what?
something.
You know, like,
that we
I'm listening to what you're saying, but I'm peeping again. I'm like, for real, where are they meant to go? Like, I understand why they're outside the chicken shop now.
Yeah,
I understand that.
they're not
I
allowed
know
anywhere
where
else.
to go. No, I'm stretching my head like,
You
where
get
are
me?
they gonna go? Do you know what I mean? And it's true. It's true.
And they have to have that freedom.
Yeah.
You
with
have
children.
to give them that
Yeah,
freedom
like-
to go and see the world for what it is. You need places to go for your kids. We done it. We hanged on street corners. We done it. You know what I mean? Fair enough. We kicked the football
Like,
sometimes.
if you play
Sometimes we
too
done
hard-
wrong.
If you play too
But
hard now, they say you got ADHD.
that's the thing about it.
Because you're active.
They want to throw that into you.
Yeah.
But
You're
again,
active.
we just need to say to ourselves again is that we need to start that simple thing, that little seed. I mean, it's as simple as this. There's all you guys watching this, yeah, or how many people see it. I want to know if any of you have actually shared this webinar right now. This webinar. Has any of you guys on there shared this to anybody else? Just put a yes in it. Put a tick. Because I tell you something, if me and you started fighting right now, that would be shared every fucking way.
Yeah.
Mentality, blood.
No, but
Yeah.
you know what?
Mentality is
You know what? I'm
fucked.
glad you said that, because that's exactly what I said on the show on London Live, and that's the bit that they cut out. You know what I'm saying?
Shall I
Is it?
continue your chest so we can get some shares?
Do you understand
That's what I'm
saying?
saying.
So
Let's
it's like,
start fighting. That would be shared
how
every
much
day.
of, no, but it's true, because that's what I said. I said, how much of us share negativity? I've seen videos of young people being stabbed, run down on the street, and it's got 1 million views.
Yeah.
1 million views! We're sharing it like hot wire.
And it's adults sharing it.
Yes! And then guess what?
With no
Look,
solution.
what's the thing about it? Guess what? And then a lot of people say, I was raising awareness.
Yeah. No.
No.
What?
That work raising the
That's
wages.
someone's child.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now that young boy, like we said, going back to us being adults, that young boy is still a young boy. Ego, pride. He ain't gonna know how to overcome that.
Well,
100 million people just seen him get stabbed up, broke up. What do you think his mentality is gonna be?
Well, look at that scenario that happened with the young boy with the Somalian boy, and it was a video that something happened a long time ago, and adults started sharing it, and then they brought trouble to the young boy because everyone thought it was something recent.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no responsibility.
Yeah.
The adults are like children. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. We have to take responsibility big time, man.
'Cause
and that's what we're
no, but
doing.
I think it's absolutely. I think how much times do we read the newspaper, which I do it sometimes. I read the newspaper. Young boy goes to Oxford. I'm like, say nothing, back. You get me? Next page, young boy gets sentenced to 25 to life.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What did my man do?
That's the
what
one
area is
we
that from? I'm
Exactly.
reading the whole column, front to back, back to front.
And you're sharing that shit.
Of course.
You're peeping
I'm
that. You're
calling
fucking
my
snapping.
friend like, hey, bruv, do you know that my man dropped up yesterday? Like, but I'm not telling him about the Cambridge.
That's what
I'm not
I'm
telling him about
saying,
Oxford, the
man.
young boy that went to Oxford. I'm not saying that
Too busy.
sometimes, yes, we do need to understand what's going on in the community, but I'm saying how much, I'm asking you guys as well. Like, someone checked me, someone said to me, Chris, check your page and you will see who you really are. I said, bomba. I said, what does that mean? When I checked my page, bro, it started to see the negativity, do you know what I mean? I was like, right, he said, you will understand who you are and what kind of person you are. If you're the type of person, and even though it's sometimes it's funny or you will share someone falling over and rare, but when you peep it, you start to realise who you are, bro. Wow.
What your influence is.
What you're about. What you're
interested in.
What you're interested in. What you like. And there's some sick people out there, bro. Or some sickness thing. Like, I'm seeing certain pages and certain things and I'm like, rah. Like, I can't physically watch someone being damaged or being beaten or being stabbed.
Before social media, you used to have a thing called snuff movies.
Yes.
Yeah?
That's exactly what's going on now.
And you
We're
used to have
sharing
banned
that shit.
videos, yeah?
You're sharing
and these
that.
things you were under the ground, and if you was caught with a snuff movie, now here's the funny thing. If you're caught with child pictures or things like that, then that's child pornography and you lose your job, I agree. How come you can have murders and assault and violence on your phone and that's not
And that's
criminal?
nothing.
Yeah, that's not
That's
criminal.
entertainment.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
That's some form of entertainment.
Do you understand what I'm
Like
saying?
a
And
comedian
but
said,
fuck
a comedian said he was watching porn on his phone on the train, and a woman looked over and was disgusted by it. But then if he's watching a horror movie, she'll be alright with it. So you can't watch someone making love, but you can watch someone killing someone.
And that's where
That's the society. That's the society we're in.
But
But you see what, again, sorry, Chris, cut you off. Now, I see the difference now. Why can people like us, I'm just going to talk about us three here, yeah? Many people like us, how can we see this and not everybody else see this? What's stopping everybody else making these moves?
Because guess what? There's something that we got out there called programming. Yeah? TV, television.
Thank you.
Giving to people constant vision in something that's sidetracking them. The more you got your phone in your hand, the more I'm winning. In the sense of my system and what I want you to believe and what I want you to see. Because guess what? Us talking right now is not what they want us doing.
They don't
What?
want that.
Woke! These guys are talking to... No. Watch EastEnders.
Yeah.
No. Go on Facebook. No. Take a selfie. Do whatever you want to do,
right.
but don't use your brain. Please don't use your brain.
Don't share this.
Don't share this, because if you use your brain and share this and gets it out to more people, then other people might wake up and start putting down their phones. Oh no, could you imagine if everyone put down their phones for a split second?
Who's going to lose out?
You're not going to die. I always say to people like, you've got to understand...
They can't watch us. Chris.
I understand that, but sometimes I'd rather...
But they can turn it on just for now.
No, even if that was the case, I'd rather people not watch me then.
Yeah. If
Do
it
you know what?
fixes
Do you know what I will start
society,
doing? Meet me at Speaker's Corner when we used to take it
Yeah.
back to the old school days. Come and see me in person.
Let's stand on
Because
the
that's what
box
I'm
and
really
talk.
about.
Yeah.
I always say to people like, is social media
No, but you know
is
what?
social media using you or you using social media?
Well,
'Cause
and
I'm not-
that's the line now, because yes, social media is a bad tool, but it also can be a great tool.
Absolutely.
No, yeah.
Because we go out and we do talks and we
Absolutely.
tell the kids, look,
Absolutely.
you can go and educate yourself on social media. There's a lot of education.
But that's what I'm
out there.
saying. Is
Yeah?
social media using
Yeah,
you
it
or
works
you
both.
using social
Exactly.
media?
It works
But
both
what are
ways.
you using it for? And right now, kids are watching parents
Yeah.
use it for rubbish. So why would
Thank
they
you.
do it?
You know
Thank
what?
you.
It's a double-sided sword, yeah? Right? Double-edged, yeah? There's a sharp side to it, and then there's a blunt side to it. Now, like I said, the problem is we only sharing the sharp shit. We're not sharing the blunt shit, which is the positive shit. Now, out here, there's kids out here who want to make money. They're on the road making money. That's all they're doing, yeah? They're not caring how they make money. They're making money. Now, online, there's so many opportunities if we share the right programs to our kids to make real money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Real money.
Real money.
Where you don't have to worry about your back. You can bring your whole family through. You know what I mean? And it's and they can start off with the most simplest of, you don't have to be rich to start this off.
No.
Simple
What
stuff.
it is,
But we don't share this
what
shit.
it is resilience.
Yeah.
And also what it is not a laugh that don't know how to show compassion.
Mm.
That's what I'm realizing. I'm realizing some of the friends that I had around me, I'm not even saying that back in the day, I'm like, oh, them man are hating. It's not like they're hating. They don't know how to show compassion. They don't know how to say, rah, bruv, you know what? That's wicked, man. I wish I could.
Yeah.
Man, just look at me like, why can't I have that too?
Yeah,
Show
yeah.
some compassion, fam. You can have it too,
Yeah, it's
but
there.
don't red eye me because
Yeah.
I've got it. Show some love and compassion and be like, you know what? I can follow this blueprint and get to where CP is like,
Yeah.
and I can change my life. And for me, I didn't do nothing different from anybody else. I've come from the street. I use a street mentality to do my business. I said to myself, wow, on the street, I needed a line. You need a line to run your business.
Yeah.
Okay, if you need a line to run your business, who's your clientele? My clientele would have been schools, colleges, youth clubs, rare. That's how I need to get my line popping. But what do you need? You need a product. What's your product? I'm the product.
Yeah.
I'm the crack, I'm the cocaine, I'm the yayo, whatever. Once you build up your line, baby, you know, before you got it, your line's popping, everyone's calling you. So I use another,
It's not rocket science.
and some people will say, oh, Chris, I can't believe you're using that analogy, but that's what works for me, because that's all I knew at the time.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, how can I put something that's negative into a positive? Do you know what I mean? And that's the strategy that I use. But what we don't teach our kids is, when I was growing up, people were telling me to be the man of the house. My dad wasn't around. Be the man of the house, be the man of the house. But no one ever told me to get a mortgage, so I could always have a house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man say, oi, bud, run a line, bud. Come on, bud, the drug line, man. Man, we get bare P. But you should have shown me how to run a business, and then we can all have a P. We can all give each other more opportunities. We can give other people more jobs. But no, they told us money is power. When if it's not money is power, knowledge is power. Because if I've got the knowledge, I'm always gonna have the money to get the power.
You know what is
But
that
the
saying?
action of knowledge is power.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Knowledge isn't power.
True. No,
Knowledge is the power. It's using that knowledge.
Yeah.
But
is
then,
the power.
but then that's what I'm saying. You can say like with using that knowledge is power, but at the same time, knowledge within knowledge.
Yeah.
What we're learning these days is how much times have you always heard someone say to you, the answers is where we don't look, which is the books.
Yeah.
We don't like to read. I'm dyslexic. I don't like to read, but I know if I read more, the answers is there.
You know-
Chris.
you know
what's
the
there.
funny
But
thing
I'll
about
look for other places and other people that doesn't relate to me or
Yeah.
my life or my understanding. And be like, please, like it's like Oliver Twist. Please, sir, can I have some more? Like,
And you know-
some more information, please. Like,
The
do you know what I
funny
mean?
thing is, I was speaking to my missus about this the other day, and we were talking about reading. That's what we was talking about, simple fact, reading. I was saying that I put a status up on Facebook, but it was more than 4 lines, and I said to my missus, I bet only about 3 people are going to read that. Because our fucking mindset is, if you see a paragraph on Facebook,
That's it,
how
done.
many people read it?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't.
If
I
it's
don't.
only 2
I'm gonna be
lines,
honest.
they read it.
I'm gonna be
And
honest.
that's where we're
I'm gonna
so
be honest.
messed
My
up.
mind
You get me?
my mind jumps right out of there.
But the answers are in that paragraph.
Absolutely.
You know the results are in that
Absolutely.
paragraph. But because
Absolutely.
we don't see it in the top 2 lines, we're not going to read it. That's where
Absolutely.
we're messed up.
Like
man.
Chris said, he's dyslexic. I'm dyslexic.
Mm.
If you're dyslexic, it's not a crutch then to go and hold on to and say, oh, there's some. No, it's a thing then to say, well, my mind works differently, so how does that work? Yeah.
And how do I teach myself in different ways?
Because
Yeah.
once you know you're dyslexic and you know how it works, your mind works better than those who ain't dyslexic.
And then, and then what do I do? There was one time you even showed me about a book. What book did you show me about? And then he ended up saying, Chris, is an audiobook.
Mm.
So I listened to it.
Yeah.
So someone trying to say, I
Simple.
found another way
To
to
go-
take that knowledge in.
No,
I'm not
let's talk about that story, yeah? And then you said to me,
Okay.
yeah, go on.
All right.
Because I want people to understand if you want something.
Okay, cool.
Yeah?
Like, I'm not gonna lie. He showed me a book. It was an audio book. I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna jump on it. He sent me the link. I saw the link. The link said about 6.5 hours. I said, that's dumb. I'm not. What? Like, what do you want me to do? Half an hour each day? That's dead.
Yeah.
That's too much work for me. My brain's out of there. 6.5 hours. He said to me, what was your question to me?
He phoned me and said, Blood, how long is it going to take me? I said, well, it depends on how much you want it.
See there, and that's a bang on that.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say about that.
question.
And I was like, what do you mean? I'm getting all upset. But the worst thing about it, what happened the next day?
Not even the next day. I phoned him back at 10 o'clock at night.
Done read the whole.
And he
listen
said,
to the whole-
phone me back in half an hour. I'll soon finish the book.
See, and that's all about how much
Right?
you want.
One day.
Yeah.
Same day he got the link. The same day he finished. Because once he started reading it and he realised this was the tool that I needed, I want this. It will show you how much you want something.
Listen, we are the masters of our own success. Nobody else.
And failure.
You get me? Of course, and
Yeah,
failure as well. It's
yeah.
us.
And
It's
that's what
us.
people don't realise. Your failures you are the master of. You create those failures. Yeah?
And that's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
some
bro.
things happen outside of our circumstances, yeah? But then that's how do you dust yourself off and get back up, yeah? Because everything that happens makes you stronger, makes you better.
Absolutely. Heavy. Someone says my job empowers and supports and inspires young people, but I also start at home with my daughters with values and positive affirmation.
Perfect.
And that's
That's
they
it,
don't,
man.
we don't have that enough in
Yeah.
Alright, listen, it goes a long way. I tell my daughter all the time, like, you're amazing, I love you, rep.
Oh, yeah,
And the
it
worst
goes
thing about
big.
it goes, alright, listen,
Listen, when
Men
you
are
can,
solid.
as adults, when someone compliments you, how good does it feel?
of course you feel good.
As an adult,
You
just
feel
imagine
good.
how a kid feels
You feel
when you
good.
compliment a child.
That's why I say, don't get me wrong, there were certain values that I did learn from when I was younger, that was great, but there's certain values that I did say, like, and my mum, that wasn't a good value. My mum will put me down, then pick me up. My mum like, stupid, rare, because they felt in that time, the more and more they put you down, the more and more it's going to pick you up. You know what's there? But I always...
And it's the way you deliver messages. You can say, oh, you're being stupid, or you can say, you're not being smart right now.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Words,
Now,
powerful.
if you tell
man.
somebody they're being stupid,
Real talk.
they hold on to it. Oh, you're acting like a fool. No, you didn't tell them they're a fool
Yeah.
because you said you're acting
know
like.
what? Do you know
But they grabbed onto the
That
fool
bit,
word.
the most
yeah?
negative part of
Yeah?
that conversation is what
So
they're gonna grab.
why don't you act smarter? You're smarter than that.
Do you know what? And I'm glad that you just even touched on that in the sense of I met a young person in a school literally just 3 weeks ago, and he's been kicked out of school, and he said to me that on his report it said that he was the worstest kid in the school. And when I told him to, like, when I first met him, I'm like, what you in there for, rare? That's what he put down. That was his first line. I'm the worstest kid in school, rare. I'm not going to achieve anything. And he's already planted that seed. And I said to him, stop. I said, what do you mean you're the worst kid in school? He goes, that's what they told me. I said to them, how many people in the school? He said, loads. I said, well, you're telling me all them 500, 600 kids,
They've identified
you're the worstest
you.
one, bruv. And you're in year 9. And I'm like, do you know other boys in your school that, come on, that. He's like, no, there's others that I think that's worse than me, you get me? So I'm like, why are you allowing them to drive that narrative? That's not
into your
you.
head. Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
put that into your mind. I don't even want you to say that. I want you to cross that line out, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, we
you
got
ain't the worst in the school, bruv.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
that's what we said. You have to build the kids up there. You have to build their whole temperament up, their confidence, and you know what I mean. We've got to get to them. It's like schools as well. Schools have a major part to play. I understand. I said earlier that parents and the teachers, which is right, but school is where they all are, and that's where one big message can get to a lot of people at one time. So they have to have people coming in. Like I said, a few years back, I'm not even going to mention the school. I sent an email to the school about a course that I was setting up for them, for the kids. And that course was based on how to get home and to school safely.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't about it was about the safeties of getting how to do it. Now, this school totally said no to me. Yeah? I wouldn't ask for no money or nothing like that. The school said no. Now, a couple of years ago, it came out, or even last year, I think it came out in the news, that the most crime for knife violence happens at those parts of the day. Coming into school or going home from school.
absolutely.
We try to put things in place. So is there responsibility? There are schools out there that still have to be responsible. Say, you know
Absolutely,
what,
but
we want
school-
to take these
school-
kind of things
yeah,
on board.
No, but schools don't want to target their school as a bad school.
Yeah,
as a
they're
school
afraid.
that's knife crime and all the rest of it, because they want other people to still keep coming to their school. But once again, we're not identifying the problem. We're just trying to sweep it underneath the carpet. There's certain schools. I'm just calling it out. There's certain schools out there that love it when your child's got ADHD.
Yeah,
they love
yeah.
it when your child's getting a problem. Because guess what? They get extra money for him.
Get paid, man. It's a business. It's
They get money from man. What? He's got ADHD. That's extra £5 for us.
Yeah.
Say nothing. Come in, Joshua. You're not trying to help Joshua. You're trying to get your bags up.
Absolutely.
Okay, I see what you lot are doing.
Yeah.
So for us, peep the game. For us, teach your children. For us, you need to educate them from school. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Not from school, from home and to school. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? School's only going to do the 30 to 40% of the work.
Yeah.
If you're not guiding your children and making sure that they're understanding that, listen, you're here, math, science and English. Basics. Don't go in there thinking that you're coming out of there, bruv, get me.
Who has parental consent? The school or the parent? So,
Says it there in the language there.
right? So if you're the parental consent, they know that you're hiring the school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So the school should be doing what you ask them to do. Yeah? Make sure your child becomes something, they're great at something, not good at everything.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you. But you got parents out there now that, shout out to the parents that homeschooling the kid. I know so many
Yeah.
mothers
Yeah.
that homeschooling like, Chris, I ain't got time for that. I homeschool my own child because I know I can instill
Perfect.
exactly what they want. I've got another good guy that I know, bruv. His son, bruv, has actually gone to Cambridge, bruv. His son's like 11 years old now. His son speaks 7 different languages, bruv. He's one of the smartest boys in the world.
Yeah.
Not in UK, in the world. Do you know his name? Don't worry, I'll wait. We don't know his name.
Yeah.
We haven't even heard of him. We don't even know this. Why? But I guarantee you, bruv, if it was somewhere else in America, rare, you'll know that person's name. You'll know who's the smartest. We still got about the Steve Hawkins and all these kind of other people. But what about the young boys within our community, that parents that have took the extra mile? And when I spoke to him, do you know what he said to me? He goes, because I didn't do nothing special. I just applied myself. 20 minutes a day, we read on this.
Yeah.
Next day, we read on that. The next day, we done this. The next day, we done that. The next day, we spoke about this. And it was just 20 minutes each time, building them up. To a point, the guy speaks 7 different languages. Are you crazy? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So for me, personally, it's about what are we trying to do for our young people? What are we driving? What narrative are we driving for our young people? We sit there, like you said, and expect the teachers. We sit there and expect the police officers. We sit there and expect from the government. We sit there and all that everyone's doing right now is sitting there waiting for some. I've even got, let's be honest, I've even had parents to me saying to me, Chris, help me change my child. What do you mean help? What do you mean, Chris? What do you mean, Chris? What would you? What are you doing? And when I find out a lot of the time when it comes down to parenting, it's not the fact that you're being a bad parent. What I find is all of us think this because we put money on the table, because we put the food on the table, because they've got a roof over their head, you feel like that's your job done. The one thing that I see from the kids, and they told me, bruv, is they don't ever spend no time with their family, bruv.
And that's
no time's been spent.
And that's what
So that's why you get the computer. That's why you get the phone. That's why you get everything to shut you up,
Now,
bruv.
let's put it in perspective, yeah? A parent wakes up in the morning about what time?
9?
No.
No,
It's
sorry.
earlier than that.
Sorry.
Hopefully.
But depending on single parents, if they're
Well,
like
we're
they're
talking about
on rare.
If it's
6, 7.
So if it's a primary school kid,
Yeah.
they're waking up about 6, 7.
6, 7.
Yeah.
They're gonna get their kid ready for school, rush most of the time, yeah. Get their kid in, so they've seen their kid for about an hour, hour and a half, yeah. Not really had time to have good quality time because they're moving around. Drop the kid to school. 3:30 comes. They either pick them up or it's after school club, yeah. Then they're with the kid from probably
4 o'clock. So about 6, 7.
Yeah. So in all, you spent about probably an hour quality time if you're lucky.
That's what I'm saying.
If
I don't,
you're
yeah.
lucky.
In that time, I don't know how much quality
Yeah.
that was.
That's
Though.
what I'm saying.
Right.
If
Put the
you're
cooking,
lucky,
Yeah, you're doing your
still
still
got them
getting
to bed.
So that's not quality time is a totally different aspect.
Then
to
you have the teenager, where they're getting up and getting themselves ready. So the parents just
that. Even less
yeah.
time.
Then they come in from school, and then that parent's going straight to cook. You got
Yeah.
the child. They're saying, now here's the thing. Parents are saying, we need more youth clubs. We need more youth clubs. So what you're saying is, when I come in, my child should go out.
Yeah.
Because then your child's at youth club and you're at home. So what you're saying is you want someone to send your child to raise your child. And your child's having problems because they closed all the youth clubs.
Yeah, no, because you want to put your foot out and watch your
because
standard.
you've taken away the place, but I
Yeah.
send my child for me to get a break away from my child, even though I had the whole day away from my child.
But no, because you was working though, so you didn't have a break. You was working.
But this is work as well because I'm gonna have to raise the child now. So like, when do you have time with the child? When are you with the child?
Yeah, they got to make space. We got to do it for our kids,
Yeah.
man. We have to take
People
that
got
time
to
out.
work out how to make
Yeah, mate.
their lives work better.
Someone was on the show last week and he phoned up, and that's exactly what he said. He said he was a single dad, finding things difficult, and he said, you know what? I end up going back into education, got my qualifications, and he goes, now I found a job that works between the times that I need to pick up my child.
You have
So
to, yeah.
I start at 9 o'clock. I finish at 2:30. I'm able to pick him up around 3 o'clock. I'm able to drop him to school. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But you've got so much parents that make excuses on the reasons why they can't. Oh, but I finish at 7. I finish at 9. But you're choosing to finish at 7 and 9 because you can find a job
Listen,
that's
if
not going to
my-
allow you to
if
do
my
that.
phone
Do you know what I mean? I
rings-
don't care. There's so many jobs out there. I don't care. You don't have to work
My
that.
phone rings at any time of the day. I've set my life up that I can drop what I'm doing and I'm going for my child.
Thank you.
Right?
Of course.
And my life's always been still because that's my priority.
Yeah.
And they know any second you call me, I'm there. Yeah? Because that's my priority. Not only that, it's because I manage my life. Yeah? So we're throwing you little side hints if you're not catching it, yeah?
That's
I'm managing your life.
Man's throwing you gems right now. You
We're
know?
not being direct with you, lot, yeah?
We're not even looking at you.
Yeah.
No, we're just talking.
But I'm talking to you.
Yo.
Right? Once you manage your lives right and you put yourselves in the right positions, in the right place, not chase money.
Yeah.
Yeah? There's a way of chasing life and chasing money. Yeah? You chase money, you start building someone else's dream and working in their job. Yeah?
I like that. I like that.
Start chasing what you
Right.
want to get out of outcome. Think about what life means to you. What's your values?
It's simple as this. Work around your child's life. It's as simple as that. Don't let your child work around your life.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. As parents, I know it's hard. Don't get
And
me
look,
wrong.
we
It's
know
not
we're
easy.
saying they ain't straightforward.
Yeah.
It's just going to be stressful. This is us having kids. This is responsibility. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that it's easy. It's hard as fuck. Hard as nails. But you know what? To succeed, if you want to do this, you have to do this.
Yes.
You have to work around your child. Not work around your boss.
No, you've got to put that extra time in.
You know what I mean?
You've got to put that extra time in. You've got to put that 2 hours, that 3 hours when you know that I want to go on Facebook. No, you can't go on Facebook.
Yeah.
I want to go, because that's the reason why I put another blog. And I know it seems harsh to say, but if that's the case, you shouldn't have had a child. Don't push it out then.
But they'll say, oh, but
No,
that's three
no,
men talking. What
no,
do they know?
No, I
Yeah?
don't care. No,
No, it's
No,
three
that's
men
not-
talking. What
it's
do
not-
they know?
I
What do
know,
they
I know. I've
Yeah?
got 3 sisters. I know.
No, it's alright. I'm a single parent.
I'm a single parent as well.
Okay, so that's how we know. We're just putting it out there. So when you don't think You're gonna draw that extra card.
No.
But we can't hear you because that's what you're muttering behind the screen right now. Yeah.
Flipping at the screen.
Right?
Make me want to
What do they know? What do they know? Yeah. Because we hear all excuses. Yeah. We hear all excuses, and you got to be really honest with yourself one day and look in the mirror and say, "I'm an idiot." And until you do that, there will never be any change.
And you know what as well? What we got to remember as well, there's nothing wrong with being an idiot as well, Tom. See, this thing
the
about
learning
it, that's
place.
education. There's nothing wrong in making mistakes. And that's what we got to let people understand, that making mistakes is part of life. I've made plenty. Every one of us has made plenty of mistakes.
And the worst thing about parenthood, the scariest thing about me being a father, knowing that I am going to make mistakes. But guess what? The mistakes that I make, I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to sit there and dwell on it. I'm going to make sure that I better myself.
learn from that mistake.
I'm going to sit there and be not like, oh, too cool for school and all the rest of it. If I know that I don't know no information and my daughter asks me, I'm not going to try and flog her off what we do as parents. I'll start asking me questions, rare. No, I'm going to turn to my daughter and say, do you know what? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to take the L right now. I don't know. But you know what? Daddy's going to find out.
Yeah, for real.
And if it's that basic as that, do that. Stop lying to our kids. You know what we do? We put a blanket underneath them all the time, want to smother them. And by the time they get out in the world, they don't know how to financially support themselves. They don't know how to build their confidence. They don't know how to know about self-esteem and their emotions and all the rest of it. Do you know why? Because we hid that all away from them.
Yeah.
How much time do our parents in their room crying, don't want your child to see you cry, don't want your child to do this, don't want your child to see this, don't want your child to see that. But guess what? You're not allowing your child to understand life is life.
That's life.
My daughter seeing me upset sometimes, that Daddy upset. Yes, I am. And you need to understand that. It's not every time Daddy's happy.
Yeah.
It's not every time.
And that's what you said, it's life lessons. We've got to teach. When we go through these life lessons, we have to give it to them. It's as simple as that. And sometimes, yeah, you're right. You don't want to hurt your kids' feelings. You don't want them to be. Of course, that's normal.
Absolutely.
That's a parent. That's how they are. But there's times where you're actually building them up for that.
Yeah.
You're making them actually stronger.
Thank you.
By seeing you cry.
Thank you.
And I had to explain to a mother the other day, yeah? Be vulnerable in front of your son.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
You
I'm
can't
father as well, not just mother,
No,
but I'm
because
father.
this was a single mother relationship.
But,
yeah?
people
And
know, but I don't want people to jump on you like, oh, but that's
No, but I want them to understand the single mothers on this one, yeah? You trying to be the mother and father, you're not. You're the mother. Just be the mother. Your son will become a man because you are vulnerable as a woman. He will then have to man up and become a man and take on responsibility. If you're being a man and a woman, he has no place. He doesn't know how to support his mum. So he goes out and starts doing madness, yeah? Crying for, make him know you're weak. Make him know you're a woman. Make him know you're a female. And he's a man.
Make him understand that it's okay.
It's okay.
To be emotional.
Yeah. Like,
Just make
No,
him
but you know what?
understand.
And
It's
you know, but when I
it's
told them,
okay.
they just stop on, like, it's not okay. Like,
It's
even for us
okay.
as men.
Jeez.
But that's the thing that we have to do as men. As
Yeah.
men, we need to stop being wrong and strong, bruv.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
every man wants to sit there, bruv, and put on his bad man bravado and rah, allow it, bruv. Like, our kids need to understand, bruv. Being emotional doesn't mean you're a weak man.
Nah, man, it means
Being
you're
emotional, bruv,
that's
doesn't
strength.
mean that you're any less competent than any other man, bruv. Being emotional sometimes means that you're able to peep the game, bruv.
Yeah.
I've got a heart, you know, bruv. Like, it's there, you know.
Do you know how
like,
much strength that gives you for you to be emotional?
and I realised once I started to understand my emotions, and I realised once I started to understand who I am, I was always fearful about someone knowing if I cried or if I'm an emotional person or all the rest of it. But I realised the day that I let it out is the day that I took back control.
Yeah, for real.
Because guess what? No one can't tell me, oh, Bob, you're a softy boy and oh, you get emotional and yell and rare. But I just told you that.
Yeah.
So I took the power back now, so you
Yeah.
can't even say that to me.
Yeah, that's
but I
not-
know some things about you that you don't want me to talk about.
Yeah.
Just like what I say, because these are the kind of guys, the ones that got the biggest bravado, it's the ones that's got the deepest hurt and the deepest pain. You know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah,
daddy
you're right.
issues. There's stuff going on in you,
You're
brother. You get me?
absolutely correct.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So
Absolutely
it's
correct,
like, we need to teach our kids, stop smothering them. I feel like the conclusion for me in this understanding is stop smothering your children. Allow your children to breathe. Allow your children to see certain things. Allow your children to be able to understand that in life, you're going to have ups and downs. That's why I feel like certain things that, like you said, it's life school, certain things that kids are going through. All right, I'm not saying bullying's good. But you need to understand a bit of bullying because guess what? It ain't going to stop when you get out here into the real world, you
I'm
know?
gonna stop. And this is what it
It's
is.
even worse. It's peak. Because it's not even bullying no more. It's adults acting real childish, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should be grown-ups, but you're trying to bully me.
Yeah.
So let them know that when you get out there in the real world, it's still there.
It's gonna happen whether you like it or not. There's no point protecting your child and not letting them see it.
Thank you.
Let them know it's there.
It's there.
And you're gonna have to deal with it.
And
one
guess
way or
what? You're going to
another.
have to work with people that you don't want to work with.
Yeah, standard.
You're going to have to do things that you do not like.
And maybe if you was a bit more showing your emotions, you might have not ended up single.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
I don't know.
Oh wow! Okay. I'm just gonna laugh at that one. That's a laughing moment.
LOL.
Laughing moment.
I'm allowed that.
Ladies, I'm not saying nothing. Some people are putting up the wild face.
Why
Okay.
did you say ladies? It could have been a man. I just said show a bit of emotion. You might not have ended up single. You said it was a woman.
But you was applying to a
I
man. I know what you did. Don't try for a million to boss. You said the line. I ain't having none of it.
Women, I love you.
Let's
I never said women or men.
let's
He showed me.
Get out of there.
Showed you the colours there.
Yeah, whatever. Colours. But shout out to everybody watching now. Shout out to everyone that's tuning, that's been actually commenting and everything. But let's get down to the real topic, saying is London out of control. So let's kind of sum up right now, because we've been talking about a lot of things, a lot of situations, a lot of scenarios, which is great. But let's get down to the real topic at hand, is in the sense of young people are deading every day, every second. How do we stop this epidemic? How do we stop that understanding?
Which question are we answering?
The answer,
First one or the second one?
the first one. How, like, the
Is
epidemic?
London out of control?
Yes, but that's what we said. London out of control. But I'm saying it's London out of control because of the killings.
I had a good statement the other day, yeah? But it's nothing to do with this, yeah?
And this will be,
Because you know me, I have my wild out there statements, yeah? There's no bad weather, there's only poorly dressed people. I'll let that sink for a second.
No, I hear
Yeah?
it. I
No
hear it.
bad weather, there's only poorly dressed people,
Yeah.
yeah?
No preparedness.
Right? Right, there's no real knife
Yeah.
crime, there's only bad parenting going on, and society going on, and education, all the things we discussed, yeah? These are the things that's the problem. And if we solve these problems, because knives don't go around and kill people.
people
Yeah?
kill people.
People are holding the knife. Yeah? So it's not knife crime, it's just like there wasn't no hoods that were just running around without no bodies, robbing places, yeah? Just like
Balaclavas. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
we've got to address is people behind these things, and what if these children are coming out this way, and if adults are coming out this way, because the program on Channel 4 the other day said what? There was 708 something homicides or something or the other.
Well, we was worse than America last year.
Yeah.
New York.
So-
More murders
Yeah, but
than New York.
Yeah, but that's propaganda, because you could.
Cool, but still.
Listen.
But everyone knows
why
about
I say
it.
that. Why I say that is because I could bring out that statement at 2:00, and then 3:00 it would be not real.
Okay, true. I hear that. I understand that. But to compare to the smaller, like to the spirit of England, how small it is to America, bruv.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, bruv. We know that we're 10 years behind them. So for us to get to a stage of there's more killings in the UK than there is in New York, where them men have guns. You're allowed to have them. You're popping, like, you're allowed. We're not allowed over here. It's not allowed. Nah, it's not allowed. Like, I've gone to
Not
Chicago.
allowed,
No, I wasn't saying allowed, but I'm saying they're not allowed in the sense of they're not.
So if you have more guns, then there will be more knife crime. If one place will have more gun crime, the other place will have more knife crime. It's just a ploy on things. It's like when they said.
No, but ain't it just violence in whole?
It's
Like,
like-
you said,
It's violence.
I
It's
know,
violence. That's what I'm saying.
bro.
It's
Violence
like when
in
they
the
said
whole.
there was 5%. I'll get this right because it was a while back now.
The
Actually,
knife,
leave it.
Yeah, you
I'll
see
be
what the
happy
knife
with
and the
it.
gun is just a tool, innit?
Mm.
The violence is done by the person holding
Right.
that shit.
So
innit?
what's
So it's
causing-
violence
So
innit,
what
that
is
we got to
causing
deal with.
people to be so?
Because if there's no gun or knife, they'll pick something else up.
So
You know what I mean?
here's my question then: are people being violent, or are people in fear?
There's half and half, and I've seen
I
both
feel that,
sides.
yeah, I've seen both
I've
sides.
seen both sides, and I've spoken to people with
I'm not
both
even gonna
sides. of that.
sugarcoat it because there's some kids that
Yeah.
I meet that's in prison and they don't give a damn.
Yeah,
no
there's two
remorse, don't
sides to
care.
that.
Like they're not fearful, nothing. Yeah, ducking them what? And you're like, raw. Like there is no remorse.
But that came from a place of fear.
But what fear? From what fear?
The fear of them being harmed themselves, so they portray themselves as another self.
I don't think there's fear from him portraying harm himself. I'll probably be in a sense of fear for probably him not wanting people to see that he's moist or rare, but
Yeah, it's still a fear.
but it's still a fear. But I wouldn't say
Yeah.
it's a fear from him. Someone else. It's probably a fear of.
No, but where it started from, him having a knife, that first instinct would have started from him being in a fearful place. Yeah, he wouldn't have just started as an animal.
No, of course not. But
Right.
this day and age, I still don't agree. This day and age,
It's
I
like
do
saying-
believe that there's no kid right now that's going out leaving their house. Don't get me wrong. There's certain kids like, bro, like man needs to hold the toolie, but there's certain kids that go out like it's uniform now, bro. Let's just keep it 150, bro. There's certain kids like that. It's
But
not even a
that
fear.
start- but
It's not
that
even a
start-
fear
it
thing.
started from fear.
Man's just going out there because that's the like
It's-
phone checked, keys checked, whammy checked.
Where did that
I'm
fear,
out.
Where did that fear start from? That's what we got.
And that's what
This is
I'm
what
trying
I'm
to
trying
get.
to. This is
Right.
where we got to get to.
Right, but it
Where did
starts
that
from
fear
fear.
start from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
obviously we embedded it into them through social media, innit? We embedded it into them through media. We
Media.
embedded it, TV, films, the whole lot. Because we could talk about everything, but yes, everything else plays a part. Let me just, like, this is where we're just going to leave it, and we leave it on here and we'll conclude on everything. But I'll leave it on this, innit? The only way certain things are going to be able to change, we know that there's a lot of things that play a part, yeah? There was not too long ago where it was all crying about drill music, how drill music is making our young people stab up each other, kill each other, rare, the things that they're dressing up like, rare. YouTube tried to step up, take down a few videos, but they're still up there, rare, everyone's upset, everyone's outraged. Now, there's a track at the moment called Gun Lean, yeah? Gun Lean and Gun Lean. Gun Lean on the beat as well. All the kids are singing it, of course I have to know it. So the kids are singing it. Fine, fair enough. All of a sudden, I'm driving in my car, bruv. One extra.
Mainstream radio.
Gun Lean and Gun Lean. Gun Lean on the beat as well. But hold on a minute. Ain't we sitting there talking about how provocative and how it's changing our young people's minds, but hold on a minute, it's okay when someone's making a profit.
Okay, so
so it's okay
I'm glad you brought
one
that
extra
up.
to do that because one extra is making money, or because the record label is making money, so it makes it okay to deliver that to our young people. But the day that the young people was getting 1 million views by itself, there was a problem. Oh, we need to take it down. Oh, they're gangs. Oh, they're criminals. All the rest of it. Now all of a sudden, this young boy Oakley Soakley signed. It's okay because guess what? Apple's getting paid. Spotify is getting paid.
10 years ago, I did some training for legal radio stations, yeah? And they said you can't play no guns, no drugs, no this, that, and that. And I said, well, how come Afro Man got on the radio with that weed song?
I want to get high.
But yeah, I want to get high. I said, it's apparently, it gets through the door when you're making money, yeah? And there's like, no. But now we're in another state where now you can talk about he's got his 9 and his youth better come with the money on time and and it's on all the majors, it's on Capital, it's on One Extra.
Freda's got one. Yeah, Freda's got one right now.
Right?
Listen.
And I don't want to take it away from the youth then.
No, of course not.
Yeah? Because you're not making their money.
No, but it's not their fault. No,
Right?
guess what? It's not their fault.
It's not their fault.
It's not their fault,
It's
bro.
not their fault. Because right now, they're even being commissioned even more to make that song.
Yeah.
Because right now, we're making money, so make that song, Fredo.
Make another one.
Make another one,
Yes.
right, you? Yeah?
Yeah.
Make another
It's
one.
true,
We're happy
man.
with it.
It's
Yeah?
true,
See
man.
what I'm saying?
It's true,
These
man.
are the people we need to be hitting up. These media outlets. These are the problem. Media is the biggest devil in the world. Yeah, that little box in your room, boy. The devil's always there. If you've got one, it's there. You know what I mean? That's the problem in society for us. You know what I mean? We need to step up from this. We need to get our own.
So I
leadership.
see all these petitions going around. Can we have a petition then for the radio stations not to play these type of songs?
Absolutely. No,
Yeah?
real talk.
And if you
Real
are,
talk.
then really,
You know what?
get back to the radio edit because I don't hear a lot of radio
You know
edit.
what?
Thank
Hear
you.
this- hear this
Thank
thing,
you. All I hear is beat. You're beeping out certain bits and pieces.
Oh,
but
here's
where's
this,
the radio
this is
edit?
what I'm going to put forward, yeah?
You know
As you were
what?
saying about
Real
our
talk,
community
real
and
talk.
stuff, yeah? I'm going to set up a template email, yeah? I want everybody that's watching this to share this, yeah? Ask Chris or me or Rick, yeah? For this email. Simple template. You don't have to write nothing. All you do is send it off to your radio stations. Let's see how many people are going to do this.
That's it.
So we're going to do the work.
No, but a lot of people. And the one thing
Listen,
about it, a lot
But
of
we
people.
need the numbers.
The one thing
people.
about it,
We'll fight for you,
No,
but we need the numbers.
But that's what I'm saying, and I've got to keep it real. There's 15 people. I guarantee these 15 people right now watching will share. But guess what? After it's been watched and after it's been viewed and all the other people that watch it, you're not going to share it.
That's
You're
on
not,
them.
and that's what hurts. No, but that's
Yeah.
no, but that's
It
what
hurts
hurts.
us. It
Because
hurts
it's
us.
like people will sit there and cry for something like this and be like, "Yes, you man, do that, do
Yeah.
that." People told me all the time, "Chris, you need to do this." Remember when we was going to do Sweep the Streets? How much people were telling us, "Oh, we want to get involved. I'm living in this borough. I'm living in that borough." What did we say to them up first? All right, cool, come down and help us. When they found out that we didn't know the borough that we was going into, and we were just going into trying to build rapport, they were talking about, "Oh, so what? You don't know the young people?" And so, like, what, we're just going to walk in there?
You
Like,
want it all
like,
choreographed. So they want it all choreographed.
Thank you.
Then they were telling us the times we should come out and what we should be doing. And
So
where
forget a
we
real
should
life
be
thing.
going.
Just choreograph it so we everything's safe.
Yeah.
Done it.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But me and Ricky was trying to show them that we don't know these areas. We're just going to walk in there,
That's what it's
like
about.
normal people,
What
and
we
just
got is
interact.
we're doing it already.
Yeah.
We're walking in and we're chatting to these youth. We don't know them.
We don't
And,
know them.
and see, that's the thing about these politicians. That's why they don't come to certain people's events where we ask them. Because you know why? Same thing. You've been in this industry as well. Before any politician sits down in any kind of environment, they want to know the questions beforehand.
Yes, absolutely.
So they don't want to do that live.
Absolutely.
Because they know they're going to get exposed.
Of course.
So that's the truth, though.
Mhm.
You get me? So they come in with their fakeness. And if we went into communities and done the same thing, come on, man.
We need to rise up, and that's what hurts me. We need to rise up. So let's not sit there and say, yeah, we'll share it, because it's only going to take 2 minutes for us to do a 10-year challenge. That means nothing to our community. It's going to only take us 2 minutes for us to get upset with Jerk Rice. It's going to only take us 2 minutes for us to get upset about the H&M scandal. It's only going to take us we make things go bow, pop, but for the wrong flipping reasons, bro. What about the challenges that really matter, that really can make a difference? But no, we don't care about it because everyone goes back to the same way. Goes back to listening to one lecture, goes back to H&M, goes back to the normal day life, bruv, and everyone keeps going on, bruv. You get me? Like you said, everyone only gets upset when it actually happens,
when
bruv.
they're a victim.
How much people are going to actually to protest and what the protest like that, but how much people are going to get up tomorrow and process that action in the sense of I'm going to keep doing. No, watch everybody after this. I'll give it about a day or so. After that, well, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, everything dies down. Guess what? It will flare back up. Someone else is dying. Everyone's like, oh my God, it's another death.
It's too much. Jeez.
I'm not trying to throw out anybody underneath the bus, but all I've got to say is, last year, bruv, there were a hell of a lot of organisations popping up all over the place.
We've seen it.
All over the house.
As soon as there's
all over the place. But it's funny how, where are they now? Where are you now?
And there was multiple meetings until the 90 million was released.
Yeah.
And the minute the 90 million was released,
silence.
Tumbleweed.
Done.
But
So no one don't sit there sometimes to me and say, Chris, you shout too much, rare. I'm doing this 365. You go on my page and you go down 5 years, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I'm saying the same thing. I'm still here fighting the cause, so I don't like it when people keep jumping on and jumping off when they feel like it. Yeah? You're either here to help me save our young people or you're not. You're either a part of the problem or you're part of the solution, bruv. And right now, some of us are part of the problem and not trying to be a part of the solution. So let's not sit there. Stop going to an event when you're telling me, I want to better my life. And you're coming to my event or you're coming to these other events, but your child is the one that's out there stabbing up people. It don't make no sense. Why is your child at that event?
with you.
Exactly.
With you.
Exactly.
With you.
Because you're woke in yourself. You want to get inspired. What about your child? I'm sick and tired of us sugarcoating it all the time for us. I'm not sugarcoating it no more. Like, unless you're going to wake up, guess what? More deaths are coming your doorstep. Coming your way.
This ain't going to stop.
Guess what? If you parents don't want to wake up and smell the coffee and understand the drill music, I know you don't like it, you better understand it. You better understand the slang. You better understand the terminology, or guess what? You're going to lose your child. I know it seems harsh to say. Guess what? Your child's going in prison. Guess what? Your child's going to get caught up in gangs and everything if you don't wake up. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you and be like, don't worry guys, it's going to be okay. It's not. It's not going to be okay, bro.
Well, you see,
it's
one of the last points as well is that a real catchphrase that always used to be said every time I went to an event. I used to get the older adults and older parents that used to say, it wasn't like this in my day. What you got to understand, this is not your day.
Jesus.
This is what it's like in their day.
Jesus.
Unless you're prepared to make a change for them, forget about it. Forget about this. This ain't your day.
And I'm glad that you said that, and like you said, it's true. Like, it wasn't like this back in their day. But guess what?
It was worse.
Worse. Thank you.
It just wasn't on social media.
Thank you.
That's all.
But that's what I was exactly going to say. Everybody will disagree and agree to how worse it was. Because guess what? When it was in your time, it was bad then. When I was growing up, it was bad.
Yeah.
In my era. In my mum's era, it was bad. In these lot era, the kids now saying, right, it's bad now. So every era is going to say the same thing. The 90s, the 70s, the 80s, we're all going to say the same thing. It was bad. Because no one can't tell me about when I was growing up that it wasn't bad. Hell to the what?
Knife crime.
You know what's going on? Wicked, bro.
Listen. But here's the thing. Knife crime when I was growing up was a white thing. It was football hooligans.
Well, it started like that,
Chelsea
of course.
Smilers,
The smiling and all that,
Yeah, and all of
Like
that.
that.
Stanley knives,
Yeah.
So knife crime is British culture.
It's a society.
No.
Start.
It's British culture.
We've taken it on.
Yeah, it's British culture.
Like I said,
Man, just let everyone sit with that. Man, said it's British culture. He done them ones like it's British culture. But no, but it is. But for everybody out there, like, I know it's going to be hard, guys. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy for you single parents. But it goes back down to that community. Start raising yourself within your community. Start getting out there. I hate people that keep saying that we need money. We don't. When I was growing up, my mum would make a couple of sandwiches. We'd get a ball bath. Everyone's in the park flood playing rounders. We made it happen. It was a fun day. We had some water, some Blipto. You know that it wasn't even Blipto. It's that big juicy. You know what I'm saying? You didn't like it, but we had that. We had some sandwiches. And we was good, you know why?
Nice
because
day,
we were spending time
with each other. It's a
but
nice
no,
day.
everybody I keep talking to is, oh, we would love to do a fun day in our brother, but we ain't got the money, Chris. We ain't got the money. What everyone can't chip in. What everyone can't go down to Netto's, can't go down to Lidl's and buy up a few bits and pieces, bruv. As a community, bruv. Come on, man. I want to see us, bruv, this summer, bruv, not stay in our house, come out of our houses.
And you know what? Film it. Get it on camera. Let people see
that we're active in our community.
Because that's what
Do you know
we're
what?
doing.
Do you know what? And I remember we was going to do that last year, but we're going to do it again. We're going to do it properly this year. This year, we're going to do it properly this year. We're gonna make a day, one day, yeah, where everybody goes live that same day and does something in their community. You know what's there?
Say, man, we're the market, is it?
We can call it something like we are the community, and on that one day in summer. Every single person, and I remember some people saying to me last year, oh, where are you doing it? No, it's not about, even if you've got the smallest green, even if you know that there's only 10 of you, I don't care. Come out your house
and just
have a day.
Yeah.
And bring your community involved and bring your community a part of this, because that's the only way we're going to change this, guys. If we step up and start to understand that I need to be there pulling up some of these kids in my area. I need to be there talking to some of my nieces and my nephews. Even if you haven't got kids, start talking to your nieces and nephews. I know you don't got cousins, brothers, sisters. Don't tell me that you don't know someone in your life or you don't have someone in your life that you could be patterning up right now. Let's keep it real. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's up for us and it's a due diligence for us. So guys, have you got anything that you guys want to conclude on? Like I thought I concluded.
I'm just going to put it out there. Is again, we've spoken about it many a times, is that forget about organisations, politicians that are going to, they're not there for us. Forget about it. Labour, Conservative, forget about it. Let's forget throwing mud at them. Let's talk about what we're going to do. And let's drop the seed, like you're saying, start with your own child.
Exactly. Start with your own child. And I would say, like, support more communities. Yeah. Support more communities and support more charities and support more businesses and more small businesses that are actually in your community. If you do your research, you will find solid people like us doing the groundwork. No one don't want to holler at us. No one don't want to put no money towards us, brother. And you know what? And we're actually making a difference. So, Rick, last but not least, what would you...
Are London streets violent? No, British culture is violent.
This guy, leaving with them lines and everything. What's wrong with you? Is that what you're going to leave it with?
Well, that's what we identified. It's a culture of Britain to be violent. Yeah, and we have taken, you young people are taking up certain parts of British culture which is associated to knife crime and violence.
Absolutely. No, okay, I respect that. I respect that.
So maybe we need to get back to our own culture, forget community, and look at culture.
Yeah.
Because we come from very non-violent cultures. Yeah, and maybe we need to pick up some of our own original cultural traditions.
We're very lovely
and drop this British culture.
And if you check it out there, our cultures have been brilliant communities.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It does it all by itself.
Yeah. So drop the British culture, guys. Pick back up your own communities.
I like that.
I know yourself.
I like that. And I will also say to you guys as well, please do it. I know it seems it's going to be quite harsh for you to face the reality, but even tomorrow, tonight, whatever, go through your Facebook and see who you really are, man. See who you really are. See how much difference that you're actually really making towards someone's life or helping someone's life.
And have a word with your child today.
Yeah.
Just tell them how great they are.
Before
bed.
Do you know what?
Simple.
Thank you. That's the last one I'm leaving on. Tell your young people they're amazing.
Yeah.
Tell them how great they are. Tell them that you love them. Tell them that you see that they can be anything that they want to believe. Let's stop saying to them that they're a lost generation. Let's stop telling them that they're not going to achieve. Let's stop telling them that they're bad. Let's stop telling them that they're killers. Because if you keep saying that, they're going to keep believing that. Myself, Chris, Rick, Slim, thank you guys, brother. And thank you to all you guys watching, man. I know that I really wanted to call out some names and everything, but you guys know who you are, who's watching right now. But shout out to all of you guys that's engaged, that's watched, that's shared. But please be safe, stay safe. Until next time, love, laugh, and live. We out of here.
The camera's a long way.
Peace.
But apparently, I'm watching.